Good morning, ladies. Do you have any eggs for me today? There looks like there's some spiders here. No eggs. Dad must have collected those this morning, huh? Come on out. Come on out, ladies. It's a beautiful day. Hi there, Apple. Can I get a pat? Oh, thank you. Oh. Really, Freckles? Hi, everybody. I wanted to show you guys something really quick. See this kind of like a mesh? Well, these came with my mom's when I was decorating for the fall last year. And one morning I came to let the ladies out, and one of the ladies had her head through one of the little hoops. It was like way down here, and I had to try to pry it out. How she did that, I don't know. I don't even know how this came about to grab it. But today I'm gonna trim my Salvia and also my Bellissima. So come on with me and let's get that done so I can just make this really quick. So this area is really kind of dark, but it'll at least give you an indication of how shaded these plants are. They do get a lot of filtered sun, so they do thrive. But yeah, it gets, this is really, really shaded, especially in the mornings. Now in the afternoon, because I don't have that huge tree where my dogwood replaced, but once the sun comes further to the west, then this does get a little bit more light. But in the mornings, it's pretty dark. But anyway, last week I trimmed my Abutulon, flowering maple, or Chinese lantern, however you want to call it. But it is doing really, really well. And I wanted to show you it's starting to flower. So I wanted to bring that really close before I get to my trimming, because I'm excited. And actually everything in this yard is just like, boom, it is just taking off. My hostas are coming up and everything is just getting big and luscious and gorgeous. And I'm just really excited. Anyway, let me bring you up real close. So do you see how beautiful my Abutulon is coming back out? This is why I say don't worry, because it will come out. Now, I didn't do a really good job about explaining where I cut it. So if you have Abutulon and you want to try to trim it, what you want to do when it has a lot of damage like mine did, see these nodules right here? And you see a leaf coming out? That's basically about where you want to cut it. And you want to cut it down just enough that, you know, where it's really healthy leaves. Like this is a prime example. It's growing another leaf here. It's growing another leaf here. It's growing another leaf here. Right here. Right here. So that's why I cut it in the manner that I did, where I saw that there was actually a leaf going to come out. So I hope that helps you a little bit better if you do get a Abutulon. But let me show you the flowering pods. See that little flowering pod right there? There's one there. And then there's one. Let's see if I can get the camera pointed here to the right spot, right here. Do you see that? Right there. So I am super excited. Now those are the only two that I see so far, but it's gonna happen. So I'm excited. So I wasn't gonna make this about everything in my yard, but this is my bleeding heart. And just, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that I did my yard tour. Look at my bleeding heart. It is beautiful, and it's gorgeous. Now, bleeding hearts are very, to me, in my opinion, bleeding hearts are very sensitive plant. They like well-drained soil, but they also like being in shade. They don't like their feet wet, but they do require a little bit more water than most plants. However, let it dry out, then water it, give it a good watering. That's what I do anyway. I'm sure there's other rules for it, but that's what I do, and it comes back every year. You probably can't see this very well. And then of course I've got my fuchsia here, and see all those new starts? It's just, poof, gonna get nice and big. Now this one here is also a hardy fuchsia, however it does require shade. And this one here will stay bloom even into fall once it starts blooming, which it'll bloom like around, I think around summertime. I'm not really sure because I haven't really paid attention that well, but I'll pay attention this year, give you guys a better report. But yeah. And then do you guys see how my Jupiter's beard is doing? It's all coming to bloom. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite flowers in my yard. I mean, I really like all of my flowers. I mean, let's face it, I picked them and I selected them because first of all, I needed plants for shaded area, and second, my sister gave it to me, so it was just a gift, and it has done really well. Now these plants can tolerate just about any soil, any type of conditions. I mean, these actually love and thrive in the sun, but they also do extremely well in the shade. As you can see, this are just filling up with blooms, and it is just an absolutely beautiful flower. And I love it, and they're easy to care for. That they require is good, well-drained soil. This whole area here gets pretty good drained soil. But anyway, I gotta get going to trimming my Bellissima, because that's my whole intentions here. But I'm just getting so excited because everything is starting to look really lush here and not so baresome. And this is just my favorite time of the year. But yeah, let me get going on trimming that so you guys can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to trim that one and my Salvia up in the front. So, come along. And then you got my lady. I've got my lady here. Yes, she follows me everywhere. Mwah. See, this stem here is really long, but way down here. And you can't see it very well, but there's some growth. So I'm going to cut it way down there. Now this one here doesn't really have a whole lot, but because it's got stuff over here, I'm going to let it just continue to grow right there on that old wood. And see how this one is right here? I'm going to cut it right there. I think these are dead, so I'm just going to trim those off. No point in keeping dead stuff. Right here, this really long stem, I'm going to take it right down to where the Y is. Actually, I'm going to do it right here. And right over here. See where that clump is? Even though there's growth here, I'm going to take it way down here. And that does it. That's all there is for that. Doesn't that look so much better? It's going to feel out. It's going to do good. However, I am moving it out of here, but not right now. I'm going to wait till I plant the dahlias, and then I'll move this out to a little bit sunnier location. Because these only get about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. And they're pretty easy care. They're an evergreen, and they will flower all summer long. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of clean this up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this one too, because look at all that new growth. All this old one, all this old growth, it's only going to put all the energy towards stuff that is not necessary to keep. So I'm gonna cut these old branches off. I really should have done that when these were babies, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Only because I don't follow rules. You know how I mentioned about my ephobia? How it shoots out new starts? Here's one. See how easy they are to pull out? So I can plant this somewhere else in the yard, which I will not do. I will just appreciate the ones I do have. So I will toss it, but you can actually farm these out and then sell them. So that's an idea, because they're easy to transplant. But not in this yard. There, much prettier. See how big that's getting? Now my chickens are eating the little flowers. They absolutely love them. So anyway, so I've got some more hostas here. I'm not gonna put you through putting the oyster shells on them. Well, actually I will. I'll show you again how I do my oyster shells around my hostas to protect them from slugs and snails. If you're new to my channel, this way you know, in case you didn't see my other video. So yeah, so okay, I'm gonna go do my Salvia and get that done. Follow me. Oh, okay. I'm gonna sit right here. So I'm out of control here. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this one too. Now this fern here is like as old as the moon. I'm telling you, it's been here for over 15, 16 years. And I really have never ever really trimmed it, except for last year I did a little bit of trimming on it. But I want to keep it nice and healthy. This thing gets really huge. I love ferns, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it. Sorry, you guys. I know I only said 1 or 2 plants, but I got carried away. What can I say? Wow, I just sliced my finger on this thorns of the rose bush. Whoa, okay. But you see how beautiful that is now? I'll bring you really, really close. But yeah, it is gorgeous now. It's gonna get big and beautiful, and I better get some band-aids. Look at that. I sliced my finger here and here. Ouch. Anyway, let me bring you real close. So you do see all that new growth? That's an old one there. Could be cut off. But yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. It's going to be lush. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is my hot lips Salvia, and this really, there's no right or wrong way to cut it, in my opinion. I just chop it down and it comes back up. It'll do good. But again, I'm gonna be cutting it down to its most healthiest leaf.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, know the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things.
So it does look like I really cut it back, but this thing is going to get big throughout the whole summer. This one blooms all summer long, all the way into the fall. This one here, you could literally cut it way down to the old wood, and all the growth from down below, from the roots, is going to come up, and it's just going to be beautiful. So I'm just going to show you really quick how I protect my hostas. If you didn't catch my last video, I'll link it up here, but I have a bucket of oyster shells that we give to the chickens, and that's how I protect my hostas from snails and slugs. But basically, I have another big hosta here coming up. I just sprinkle it all around. Have another one over here. This one could use more. Now these hostas get really big, that's why I'm spreading it out. And that's how you protect your hostas from snails and slugs. At least that's how I do it. Now eggshells works good, snail bait works good, but since we feed our chickens the oyster shells, that's why I use oyster shells. But they work in the same concept as eggs. I just don't have the time or the energy to crunch up a bunch of eggs, especially because I have a few hostas, and it would take a lot of eggs, and my chickens don't produce that much eggs. So with that being said, as you can see, I don't get a lot of sun back here, especially on a cloudy day like today. But thank you so much for watching. Get up, get out, get active. But more importantly, you guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. Mwah, love you, and I will see you guys on my next video. I'm going to do one quick tour of the yard so you see what it looks like as of today. And yeah, and my finger survived. It wasn't as bad as it looked when it was bleeding, thank God. I really thought I ripped it, but I will survive. Probably should wear gloves, but I'm really bad because I just absolutely love the feel of dirt in my hands. Okay, gotta go. See you on my next video.